Doug Lehman, breaking it down in layman's terms. Today I got a special guest, a true sales leader, a thought leader, an accomplished author, and a good friend, and one of the founders of OutBound, Anthony Iannarino. Anthony, welcome in layman's terms.
In layman's terms, I wish I had some cool tagline like that. I don't have a cool tagline like that.
No, but you got to. It's good to see you virtually, and I can't wait to see you this summer in June. Actually, hopefully, fingers crossed. Looks like we're good to go with OutBound.
And we're good to go.
And that's why we're here today. I want to talk a little bit about OutBound, and I know that you and I met back in 2017 and then 2018, 2019. We took a break in 2020, but the conference each year exceeds the star level of speakers, engagement level, and I'm looking forward to getting back into 2021. So what's going on with 2021? If you could kind of give me break it down in layman's terms, some of the changes taking place, and get us amped up for it.
So here's what I have to tell you. You scheduled this with me, and so I'm wearing this particular shirt. And if you could see what the pattern was made out of, it's made out of skulls and crossbones. And the reason that I'm wearing this is because it's a rock and roll show. And
it is.
So it's a rock and roll show. So there's going to be loud music. There's going to be a lot of lights. There's going to be a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy at OutBound. You know this because you've been there every single year, starting from the first one.
Yeah, I think you're kind of like the Paul Stanley of the group, actually.
I'll take that. I always wanted to be Paul Stanley when I fronted a rock band.
Right.
True story. I saw him. We were going to in LA. There's different people that they book a club, and they own the club for the night. And it was a Sunday night club where they had this blues band playing. And we parked in the underground parking garage in LA, and a Hummer pulled up right next to us. And the passenger door opens, and this tall, beautiful blonde woman drops out of the Hummer. And then Paul Stanley walks around the corner. And I was like, oh, naturally, it's Paul Stanley with this beautiful woman. And he gave us a nod, like, right, it's Paul Stanley. I love Paul Stanley. Saw him the first time when I was 15 years old. So I'll take the Paul Stanley, and we could make Jeb what? Gene Simmons?
Gene Simmons, and I'm not sure who Ace is going to be because I always go with the original four. But let's rock and roll all night and party every day. Let's rock with OutBound, man.
Well, that's OutBound. So OutBound is the most fun that you're ever going to have at a sales conference. And from the very beginning, it's going to be high energy. We're not going to tell you what's going to happen. We won't do that. We will tell you, though, that the next speaker that comes on is going to be better than the speaker before them. And then you're going to think, well, the next speaker, who's it going to be? We're not going to tell you. You just have to show up there and then just walk onto the stage just like that. That's the first time you know that they're there. Well, you'll know they're there by looking at the speaker list, but you won't know what order they're coming in. It's going to be a great show, Doug. So there's a couple things people need to know. So one of the things that you need to know is that we are going to be socially distancing. So we're following WHO, CDC, Atlanta, GWCC recommendation. So we're following all of the rules. You're going to be 6 feet away from the closest person. We are still going to do classroom style. So OutBound is a rock concert. It's Cirque du Soleil. It's a lot of fun, but you're going to need a big notebook. You're going to be taking massive notes. So we want to make sure that you have a place where you can open your notebook and write down all the action items that you want to take when you leave OutBound. So that will not change. It's going to be in a different venue. So we can't keep the Georgia Ballroom. So the Georgia Ballroom is too small for us now. It would be perfect in another year, but because of the social distancing, we're going into the B building instead of the C building. It's much larger. It's like 400,000 square feet. So
it's a massive facility.
It's a massive facility. And we're in one of the biggest places inside all of the GWCC. So we're going to be able to get people into the venue safely. So you're going to have the best time. I mean, there's not that many tickets left. So be on the lookout for anything from me or from Jeb or from anybody who's part of the OutBound team, because they're going to go very, very fast. And if you want to be there live, you want to get a ticket now.
Experience in live, and you talked about the experiences, and being a veteran of the event for the last 3 years, with the exception of 2020, each year you get an opportunity to network. But the idea of meeting the speakers, intimately, we're going to have the social distancing, but there's also a virtual element this year. We're living in this virtual world. Can you comment a little bit about the virtual? So if you want to be there live and direct to see Anthony rock the stage, and Jeb and Victor and Colleen and everybody else that's there. And I don't want to shortchange any of the speakers, but there is a virtual component to this as well.
Well, you want to be there, but if you can't be there, I get it. And like we have people, and you know this, we've had 46 countries. We have people from 46 countries show up at Outbound. We have people come from Australia and India and Indonesia. We had one person who flew from San Francisco all night, took the red eye, and then showed up first thing in the morning. People come from all over to see this. But the thing that people need to recognize about this particular conference is it is different than other conferences. It's a non-boring conference. It's an exciting conference. And Doug, you didn't really miss the 2020 because this is still the 2020 tickets that we sold. So I'm calling this 2020 plus one. So it's still our 2020 event, but it's now being done in 2021 because we just couldn't get it done. So we tried, but there was no way. We moved the date from May to August, and then August went away. And we negotiated for May this year. We got a May date, and then basically, because the Georgia Ballroom's not big enough, we had to move to another location inside the GWCC. So it's going to be a better experience for a lot of people because otherwise we wouldn't be able to put very many people in a room because of the social distancing. So we won't let that. Here's what I promise you, Doug. The experience will not be any less than what you expect. Like it's going to be what you've seen in the past: robots, lights, a lot of loud music, a lot of energy, a lot of people that, the greatest thing about Outbound, all of us get to go speak to other groups, but they hire us to speak. And so those people are captive audience. They didn't decide they wanted me or not, or Jeb, but we showed up because somebody hired us.
Sure.
In this case, everybody is voluntarily there. So these are the best of the best. These are the people in the audience that care about their results. They care about being successful. They want to get better. They're the kind of people that read books, they watch YouTube videos, they take training courses, and they get better. So that's what the audience is made up. It's made up of the most successful people in sales.
Well, you said something on a promo video, and it comes from the heart. Speaking of selling from the heart, Larry Levine will be there. But yeah, but name drop. But anyway, the part of, we're in the sales profession. We're there to help and serve people. And what better way to start off this year with a rock show event like Outbound to get people out and about, jazz them up, talk about this great profession of selling today. Anthony, anything else that you would like to add for our audience, your parting shot?
Well, I can't wait to see you there. And I think we're going to have to work very, very hard to make sure that everybody is safe as we're talking to each other.
Sure.
So there'll be some things that we'll have about getting in and out of the building. So we'll start sharing all that stuff soon. But if you're watching this, you want to go to outboundconference.com and get a ticket if you want to be there live. I do recommend that you're there live. If you can't be there live, though, we are going to offer a virtual offering. You'll see that at some point in time. And we're going to try to make the virtual offering, Doug, like we do everything else. It should be a rock show. You should feel it. You should get the energy. And so we're working very, very hard on that part of it right now. And people are going to be blown away with what we do.
Well, to experience it live, and I'll just piggyback off that. I've been there live for the first three. You got the VIP thing kicking off the first day. You get some great swag here, out the Outbound mug. Keep it 100. Be there. Be at Outbound. Follow these speakers. Learn from each other. And I think one of the best part was the opportunity just to network of other people in the audience. It's an experience like no other. Prospecting, pipeline development, and a whole lot more. Anthony, I want to thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in a few months. Welcome back to Atlanta.
All right. See you soon. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, Anthony Iannarino. I want to thank you out there in layman's terms for social watching.
In layman's terms. I get to close it within layman's terms.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Outbound. Thank you.